My mother-in-law is in love with my ex. If someone had told Tolu that her mother-in-law, Mama Ronke, the God-fearing, lace-wearing, prayer warrior queen of gossip would fall in love with her ex-boyfriend, she would have laughed in their face. But that's exactly what happened. It all began on a Sunday that started like any other. The sun was scorching Lagos like it always does. Honking vehicles weaving through the traffic. Street hawkers shouting about pure akara and moi moi. Tolu sat at her dining table, scrolling Instagram reels and sipping zobo while Kunle, her husband, attempted to fry plantains without burning them. He was humming, obviously proud of himself because last week he had actually boiled water without causing a mini blackout in the kitchen. Babe, Kunle said casually, wiping his hands with a towel. Mom says she wants to come over. She's bringing someone special. Someone special? She asked, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. Yeah. She'll explain when she gets here. She laughed it off. Sure, Kunle. I'll just sit here and wait for Mama to arrive with a llama or something. 30 minutes later, there was a knock. She opened the door, expecting Mama to be carrying food. Instead, her jaw hit the floor. There he was, her Deji, her ex, the man who ghosted her after borrowing her rent money, and now standing right in her hallway, smiling like he hadn't ruined her early 20s. And beside him, her mother-in-law, Mama Ronke, holding his hand like she had just discovered the secrets to eternal youth. Tolu, she squealed, eyes shining like she was introducing a national treasure. Meet the man who brought joy back into my heart. Tolu blinked twice. Then she forced a smile. That fake polite smile you wear at a wedding you didn't want to attend. Ah, Mama, this is wonderful, she said, trying to sound casual while her brain screamed. Nope. Kunle appeared towel over his shoulder, looking puzzled but oblivious. Mommy, welcome. He glanced at Deji. Ah, bros. You look familiar, oh. Tolu wanted to scream. He should. He once took her to his mother's non-existent burial. Lunch became a scene straight out of Nollywood. Mama and Deji sat side by side, feeding each other jollof rice like seasoned actors in a drama. Kunle laughed too hard to notice her face. Mommy, you didn't tell us you've moved on, oh. Mama giggled like a schoolgirl. Love is sweet when you find the right person, my son. Deji winked at her across the table. Her hand shook, and she almost dropped the stew onto her blouse. After they left, Tolu tried telling Kunle what had happened, but he laughed so hard, she thought he would choke on plantain. Babe, abeg, calm down. Not every Deji is your Deji, she glared. Okay, but when Mama brings home a man that says, remember that 200k rent? Don't call me. The next few weeks became a Lagos soap opera. Mama called Tolu constantly to gush about her man. Tolu, my Deji, he is different, she would say. He prays before eating, and he always compliments my jele. You young girls didn't value good men. Tolu would force a laugh. Yes, ma. Some of us were just unlucky. Deji kept showing up, picking Mama for church, dinner, even quick errands. Each time he whispered annoying little things like, you still use that same perfume, Abi? Small word, right? Tolu's house became an emotional crime scene. She was losing sleep, her nerves stretched like jollof rice on a fork. She knew she had to do something. Tolu enlisted Bimpe, her best friend, for backup. They became Lagos' most secretive FBI team, stalking social media, eavesdropping discreetly and setting up little traps. Every post Deji uploaded screamed obsession. Mama, my queen, Deji's just a number. One post had him captioned, she saw in me what others didn't. Potential. Potential? The same potential that had him borrow her rent money and vanish. They discovered he was claiming to import luxury wigs. She laughed bitterly. The wigs were clearly from AliExpress, but he sold the story well. Mama was completely smitten. She had started humming love songs, changing her wardrobe, and wearing a little lip gloss. Not that she needed it, but apparently Deji appreciated effort. Even Kunle noticed. Mom is glowing, oh, he said one evening, watching Mama walk across the compound, arms swinging proudly like a queen returning from victory. Tolu replied dryly, yes, she's glowing from spiritual blindness. One evening, Deji slept. As he greeted Tolu, he muttered, baby, right in front of Mama. Mama froze. Her stomach did a backflip. The air thickened like egusi soup on high heat. Deji quickly corrected himself. Ah, no, Mama. I mean, baby girl, you know how I call everyone that. Mama giggled. Tolu almost threw a shoe at his head. She began losing patience. This man had the audacity to act innocent while plotting in plain sight. A week later, Tolu was helping Mama send WhatsApp messages when she noticed a debit alert. 850,000 transferred to Oluwadeji and Sons Logistics. She froze. He was using her money. That night, she tried telling Kunle. He sighed and said, Tolu, don't accuse my mother's man without proof. She's finally happy. Happy? Her mother-in-law was financing a scam artist. Tolu called Bimpe. We need to stop him before Mama ends up in a viral Lagos heartbreak story. They brainstormed, ideas flew, fake Instagram accounts, decoy phone calls, even pretending to be spiritual advisors. By the end of the night, they had a plan worthy of a Nollywood thriller. They created a fake Instagram profile called Rich Widow Abuja with AI-generated images of an older, wealthy woman dripping in gold jewelry. Within 2 days, Deji slid into her DMs. You look too young to be single. Maybe God brought us together, he wrote. Tolu sat with Bimpe, biting her nails, laughing at the audacity. This man had no shame. Sunday came. Mama had invited everyone, Kunle's siblings, cousins, even the church elder. She was radiant, wearing a flowing yellow and white lace dress, jele perfectly tied, sparkling like a Lagos wedding queen. Kunle, are you sure this is a good idea? Tolu asked when she leaned in to whisper. Relax, babe, he replied. Not every Deji is your Deji. She shot him a look. Mama announced, proudly, I have an announcement. Deji stood next to her, grinning like a man who had never been caught lying in his life. Tolu pressed play on her phone, connected to the Bluetooth speaker. Deji's own voice rang out. Once I get this old woman to invest again, I'll cash out big and disappear. I have 2 other sugar mummies that I have to milk dry too. Herby, they like fine boy. Their breakfast go hot well. Silence fell like a heavy Lagos storm. Gasps erupted. Cousins covered their mouths. Kunle froze, blinking. Mama's face hardened. You this small boy. You want to use love to finish me? Before anyone could react, she yanked her jele and chased him out of the compound. Kunle muttered, Tolu, I no go doubt you again. Tolu smiled, whispering, not every Deji is your Deji, Abi. Weeks passed. Mama was quiet but eventually returned, wearing a t-shirt that read, Love is not by force. They all laughed. She hugged Tolu. Tolu, you saved me. But next time, mind your business small. Tolu smirked. Next time, Mama fall in love with someone under 30, so at least I can fight them physically. They laughed again, and for once, the compound felt calm. But one thing was certain, love can make anyone blind, but never, ever try nonsense where Nigerian daughter-in-law is watching.
A Herby story.